Alright, welcome to our playthrough, and we are going to turn 3, and on turn 3 we will have the army of La Rochelle, commanded by Westermann, appearing on the map on the eastern part of where they should enter. And the idea being that, as I said, they will be coming marching along the valley of the Loire, and they will come exactly in Saumur. Okay, there's no more Chouan to put on the map, so pretty much the royalists receive no reinforcements, as there are none, and there's no Republican guard to enter as well, although we have the army reserve, but it enters in Granville, and if we wanted to show up, we have to release some troops that are in Granville. Okay, let's check the army reinforcements for the royalists. We have captured two fortifications, so a 2 or less will do. Sorry, it's 4 dice. Oops. All right, 2 or less. We had 2. This is good. We can add 2 infantry that will add to Anjou. It had much needed reinforcements. Okay, regular movement. We need to start considering the approach through the valley because of the Republican army that is coming. So let's move the camera, from Villiers to Douai-la-Fontaine, from Chemillé to Toircé, and this is to shield all the way to the capture here, which means from Beaupré to Jalais, and we are going to try here. This one is going to contest any crossing that this army might try to do. The army of Brest is really beaten, so I don't think it will do much, but we never know. On the southern end, we need to start doing things. We are going to, so from there and there, to protect our flanks, and we are eventually will try to bring this army and take Fontenay. Also, we need to really push eventually with the army against Les Sables, but depends on the cards, and it's only 3 cards. Would be nice to have one that says 3 cards. Okay, we still have those 3 irregulars that we can move. This one can stay there. This one needs to go around. Okay, this one can cross and go into the fortress. At the moment we have absolutely no issues with that one, and we still actually have that one. What is this Republican Guard doing here? Oh well, let's we need to put it on a fortress, and we already, yeah, we can put it on Granville. That counter was forgot. Okay, we are going to move this one. We need to start moving east and stop the other army. Okay, there's a bit of glare there, not much I can do. Okay, now we advance. Republicans, what they're going to do with the irregulars? Going to attack, but we are going to spread out or actually move up and try to go, because they received order that Westermann is coming, so the National Guard will try to move north and help them. Here in the south, we might want to stay in the fortresses and do nothing and let them wear themselves against us. I know that we moved out of Niort, but it is what it is. And yeah, and the Chouan cannot attack the fortress there, so we are up for the next phase. I'm gonna put the camera there, and which is pretty much the card draw. There is a big problem with the army of Brest. I mean, we can try to join Westermann and they share forces, but we are on turn 3. There will be desertions. We are going to play the Lucky Star on the army of the Centre, and which is commanded by Sapinot to assault Sable d'Olonne. So we'll do the rolls. It is ours. Another fortification on the hands of the royalists. This counter-revolution is going good, gentlemen. Okay, royalists will, the Republicans will play a card. Inspired leadership. 2 armies may move up to 3 regions and may attack. Now, the idea being for both armies actually to meet. Although Westermann kind of received word that Canclos was in battle, but maybe he still has no idea. But they can move 3. So they're going to move to Le Pont and then to Saint-Florent de Leville. Okay, to there without attacking anything, and the second army is there. It takes all the movement. And the thing is, they will going to share units between them, so there will be a transfer of 2 FP of infantry and 2 FP of cavalry from Westermann to Canclos, so to balance both armies. Okay, back to the royalist, and it's going to play another Lucky Star. Seems that stars are on our side, so we will move the army of Poitou and attack the fortress, of course. Poitou. Okay, it's commanded by Charette, and we can re-roll up to 4 dice. So it's the same as the other one. Okay, 4 dice for the royalists, 2 for the fortress, 1 for the Garde Nationale. Okay, 5 plus for the fortress. That's and we conquered the fortress. But we took 1 more damage, so this wasn't easy victory actually. It took more casualties than we would expect. Okay, Republicans card. Select and pin 1 enemy army, or move 1 and we may attack, but it's only 1 region. So going to pin. Wait. The maneuver extraordinary card allows you to pin the enemy. Select one enemy army in a region containing or adjacent to a friendly army. Oh, I cannot. Okay, that's good to know. And okay, so we are left with one army may move, one region, and may attack. So actually, we are going to move. We're going to leave Canclo. Let's move the camera a bit. Going to move to leave Canclo there and move the army directly, to Chemil, and try to reach this area as fast as possible. Okay, royalist card. We have pardons. One army may move up to 2 regions and may attack. Enemy losses are added to the army. Let me verify one thing regarding Granville. Okay, we have the card allows us to move 2 regions, but there's a forced march that we can do with the army, which we will, and move to Granville. But the forced march will mean there will be deserters and whatnot. So the forced march gives us one more region reach, but we will suffer attrition. So with that forced march, we suffer 1 force point loss. Okay, and we may attack. Enemy losses are added to our army, except we have no choix left. So we are going to attack anyway. Ooh, if we take Granville, it's when the British arrive. One more hit, and the fortress is ours. Yeah, because we had 2 cannon that we captured from the Republicans earlier on. I think the British will enter next turn, but we'll check that. Gentlemen, we can now receive our émigré and the help from Britain to restore the rightful Louis XVII. I think it was going to be Louis XVII, not sure. Anyway, now the Republican card is Esprit de Corps. All your armies may move 1 region and all may attack. We don't really want to give and fall into the traps of the Chouan. It's going to be a really nasty march, so we are going to move 1, and with Cancler move here. Alright, it seems very reasonable, but we are now on turn 3, and we have to check for desertions. And desertions are per army. So we roll 1 die per army. So I'm going to start with La Rochelle, for example. And we add dice if no leader with the army, if the commander is wounded, and if the generalissime is wounded. Okay. On a roll, for the royalists on a roll of 5+, 1 FP is eliminated. On the Republicans, on a die roll of 5, 1 FP is eliminated. And on a modified roll of 6, 1 FP is transferred from a Republican army to the nearest royalist army. What? Okay. La Rochelle. It's 4, nothing happens. For Brest, nothing happens. For the Royalist is, we have Delbé, nothing. We have the army that is in Granville, nothing. The army of Charette, nothing. No, this wasn't a roll, sorry. Okay, 5 plus, they lose 1. Okay. That was just a throw of the dice, wasn't a roll. And finally, the army of the Centre. Also, nothing happens. Okay, that was the desertions. We are going to turn 4. I'm going to check the British rules, and we'll continue in the next segment. All right, this was a fast one. We need to keep this ball rolling. The situation is good, very good for the Royalists. I mean, they captured, just in this turn, they cleaned 1, 2, and the Granville. So in total, they have captured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means reinforcements streaming in. I mean, we need a 5. A 6 is always a fail for reinforcements, and we captured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we still have 1 here that we can conquer. We are keeping them kind of pinned with that, so it's good, very good with the British intervention now. The Republicans are not sleeping. They will send more armies as an avalanche in the second half of the year. So from the summer onwards, it's going to be hard. So we're going to use and definitely need the British. So getting out of Granville, it's the same as getting in, right? We need cards that give us 2 movement and force march, or cards that give us 3 movement, or else there's no way out of there. All right. Keep strong, keep wargaming. See you in the next one.